Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is May 11th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon. We've got some nice clear skies out there again, and this may coincide with yet another strong Aurora Borealis tonight. And I'll go into that a little bit more detail, do the cloud forecast here near the end of the video as well. And I'll show you some pictures here also that I took. And I did a couple time lapses as well. They turned out quite nice. But yeah, anyway, we're going to take a look at the extended forecast here as well as far as the weather is concerned, because we got some interesting stuff out there. We're going to have this ridge with us for another day, and then we're going to cool down as we go through tomorrow, and especially on Monday. Then we're going to try to bounce back as we go through next week yet again. So more on that here in a moment. But again, we have the potential to be similar to what occurred last night as far as this coronal mass ejection here is an injection of solar material, and then you can get this geomagnetic storm as a result. And watches at this level are extremely rare. This is probably maybe one in a lifetime event. I don't know exactly, but that's what I've been hearing out there. And again, for today, May 12th, we could have a repeat of what happened last night. And just a reminder there, if you're out and about enjoying this very warm weather across the region, the swift and cold waters are out there. Wear your life jackets. Keep your kids close to you. You guys know the drill. And they have the special weather statement out here for, again, this geomagnetic storm out there. It could cause some communication disruptions and even some power outages out there. So keep that in the back of your mind. So looking at thunderstorm activity for today, you can see some portions of Montana, down across Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming. And then on day 2 here, portions of Montana, extreme southeast Idaho, but not dealing with thunderstorm activity across BC, Washington, or Oregon for the next couple of days. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, it's got a lightning detection system with it as well. Stores all the data for you in the cloud, and click on that link down below to save 10% off. I highly recommend this station. Now, taking a look at the European, so we're looking at this morning's run versus yesterday morning's. Let's see how we trended here. You notice I was putting a lot of emphasis on what was going to be coming here as we went through the day today. And you can see now we build this ridge a bit here as we go through next week. In fact, let me back this up one more time and I'll talk us through it, because this is the ridge we're dealing with now. Again, another very warm day here across the region. And we start to kick this marine push on, and you kind of see the troughing here as we go on in through Sunday evening, on in through Monday. But then we build the ridge again here. Not much of a change since yesterday, but what the difference is showing here is you can see the much stronger trough across British Columbia versus what's showing this morning with the stronger ridge off the coastline, which of course would mean warmer weather here for some of the Pacific Northwest. But there's still be some clouds included here. Pretty strong westerly zonal flow on the top of this ridge. So we wouldn't fully warm up, but again, plenty of time for this to change coming up here. We're still looking 4+ days out right now. And if we look at the European ensemble mean, so this is all 50 ensemble members averaged out, and those ensemble members are tweaked to correct for their errors in our initial conditions that we may not fully understand. And then we have this trough rolling through, pretty good model agreement there, and the ridge builds back up in here as we go through next week, with that troughing swinging down across portions of British Columbia and through Alberta. And again, we'll be watching that closely over the next few days. It'll have big implications on our weather as we go through next week. Look at the GFS this morning's versus yesterday late morning run. Put that into motion here. And if you remember, the GFS was warmer for next week. So let's take a look what it's saying here. You can see the troughing driving down across Pacific Northwest. We go through the day Monday, and then the ridge builds here. And you can see the ridge a little bit, looks like a little bit further north here on yesterday's run, but pretty similar here. And then as we go into the extended forecast here, actually a bit weaker with this system here moving into northern British Columbia. But again, we're looking a little bit far out here. We'll be watching that. Looks like we're going to bump our temperatures back up again after a cool down as we go through maybe Monday into Tuesday, then bouncing back Wednesday, Thursday is what it's looking like right now. And then we'll continue to watch what this system does also. And if we look at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport and the National Blend of Models, so this is for tomorrow, Sunday. And then you can see we drop back down Monday and try to bounce back here. And the National Blend of Models has been playing it safe here. I'll show you what the GFS and the European have to say about that starting now. Look at the GFS at 87 degrees for Seattle. Actually nailed yesterday's forecast at 84. And this may be, I think that might be a little bit high here. We might hit 80, low 80s again, maybe 83, 84. But you see the drop off and then the bounce back in some of these temperatures here as we go through next week. If we look at the European, talking about 79 for today. Again, the European's been underdoing some of these temperatures here. Drop back down Monday, and then we start to bounce back here a little bit as we go through next week. And now taking a look at the sea level pressure map, again, the thermal trough, very subtle feature here, extended up across Vancouver Island, and this will be shifting inland a bit here. And you can see the lower pressure start to develop on portions inland here as we go through the day today and tomorrow. And that's going to start that onshore flow. That's what's going to cool us down for tomorrow and through Monday. You can see the higher pressure over the Pacific Ocean, lower pressure inland here. So that's going to be the onshore flow. Of course, that air wants to flow from high to low pressure here. So we're definitely going to be cooling off as we go on in through Monday. And then potentially this ridge is going to build back up again. You can kind of see a little bit of semblance of some kind of thermal trough trying to poke up the coastline here again. But then you see the system swing down as we go through next week. So we're still kind of work out these details here as we go. You can see the low pressure system by the time we go into Thursday morning right off of Haida Gwaii there. And that would keep us a bit cooler here with some onshore flow as well behind that system. Taking a look at 24-hour, 2-meter temperature change, about 6 feet off the ground, or about where we measure a temperature there near the surface. And as we go through tomorrow afternoon, you see the cool down here across places west, especially a little bit cooler for eastern Washington here, maybe even a little bit warmer for some portions of southeast Oregon and Idaho, but definitely cooling down across British Columbia as we go through tomorrow afternoon. And then from Sunday and Monday, you'll notice still another big temperature difference showing up here for much of the area. So definitely going to be cooling down tomorrow and then yet again on Monday afternoon. And then as we start to scroll on in through Tuesday, a little bit of a bounce back there, as you can see, and maybe we'll start to build some ridging here. Still a lot of uncertainty through the extended though. And this is the North American model. A little bit closer look here, again, 24-hour, 2-meter temperature change. So as we go through tomorrow afternoon, you can see the cool down coming, especially west of the Cascades. And then this is going to extend across much of the region here as we go through the day. Monday, this only goes out to late morning Monday here, but you can clearly see the cool down even east of the mountains at that point. So if we look at Portland, Oregon, check it out, 91 degrees yesterday, May 10th. Quite nice there. I mean, that's a record high. Set back, 2024. I can't remember exactly. Was that 2020 that I said yesterday? I can't remember exactly. But anyway, taking a look at there, you can see today's record high is 91, set back in 1971. I don't know if we have a chance to get there, but we may get close there. Another very warm day here across much of the region, even west of the Cascades. And Seattle, again, 84 yesterday, just 3 degrees off that record high in 2020. A little bit higher than I thought we would get. I think I said somewhere between 81, 82, or 83 here. So kind of nice. But anyway, you can see 87 is a record high for today. We shouldn't be getting there, but we may be getting up towards 84 yet again. And if we look at the GFS, this is the Seattle Metro here, and this is the ensemble mean GFS, 85 degrees for Seattle today. And then you can see the big cool down coming Monday. It's probably 20 plus degrees cooler here for some portions west of the Cascades, and then bouncing back a bit here. But we'll see what's going to happen there. We'll probably have some more details on that again tomorrow. Of course, the closer we get to that stage of the forecast, the better the confidence we'll get. National Blended Models calling for 82 today. Check out some of the upper 80s down towards the Willamette Valley here, some 90s for eastern Washington. Cool down starts tomorrow, but still, not a bad day here, especially once you get to the afternoon hours. It's going to still feel pretty warm out there across many areas, Seattle Metro, Willamette Valley, all the way down through southwest Oregon and eastern Washington and Oregon. Going to be pretty darn right warm as well, probably hitting 90. And for Mother's Day, I should say, and then as we go on in through Monday, you can see the cool down to 64 for Seattle. And by the time we go towards Tuesday, Wednesday, we try to bounce those temperatures back a little bit again. But again, some discrepancy in the forecast. And I also wanted to point this out, 16-day precipitation anomalies, the GFS and the GFS ensemble mean all paint kind of a dry picture here for western BC, Washington, Oregon as well. And the problem is we start really drying out anyway at this time of year. So any below average signal can leave us pretty close to not getting much precipitation at all. And you can see some of the Rocky Mountains though doing a little bit better than normal, including places across Alberta which really need that precipitation. This is the European 15-day precipitation anomaly. You can also see that as some below average signal here as well. Not quite as stark as the GFS, however. And the 6 to 10 day and let me take a look here. So I balked at even showing this here because these are kind of flipping, flopping back and forth as I showed you. The position of those ridges and troughs is going to mean everything here for our weather as we go on in through next week, as it usually does. But 8 to 14 day, they've got this signal, but I would not be surprised if this is drastically reduced back towards normal here as we go through 19th through 25th. We'll see how that trends. We'll take another look at that as always again tomorrow, and the 8 to 14 day precipitation not telling us too much there. And now taking a look at this Seattle skyline, this is what I got yesterday. Just some glorious images out there. I've got some amazing time lapses. I'm going to put it together in a video and just present it all at once here. I don't want to piecemeal it. I want to give you guys a nice video here so you guys can see just what I experienced last night. Some of them were shot from my home. Some of them were shot from Alki Beach here, but just a pretty glorious, show out there. You could really see it moving. If you really paid close attention, you could actually see it moving with your naked eye also. And take a look at the cloud cover forecast for today. This is about midnight right here tonight, and you can see maybe just some high clouds out there. Very sparse cloud coverage. Maybe some of the Oregon coast might have some clouds, maybe a little bit thicker off across Idaho and Montana as well. But a lot of BC, the Cascades, Willamette Valley, Western Washington should be doing quite nicely. Eastern Washington, Eastern Oregon also. So again, we have that chance for a pretty high-end geomagnetic storm again tonight. Get out there and try to enjoy that. Highly recommend it. It's quite fun. I mean, it's not as amazing as chasing tornadoes and seeing some cool stuff out in the Great Plains, but it's not bad. It's definitely entertaining. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the videos here, and I'll get that I'll get that Aurora video probably out at some point today. We'll see how that goes, or it might be a day or two from here, depending on just how that time lapse comes together. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.